been involved in local politics for 35 years or so, and the thing that's been clear to me for a long, long time is that the problem we have in Glasgow is the Labour Council, or the Labour dominated council. And essentially, for all this time, it's always been well known that Glasgow has got the best councillors that money can buy. But for a long, long time, it's obvious that they've been in cahoots with all sorts of crooks and thieves and all sorts of other business people, right back since the days of the Stephen Purcell situation, which, as we all know, has been carefully just put to rest and shoved under the covers. Now, I'm aware that the SNP members of the council have tried very, very hard to make Labour accountable for all the things that's going on. But that's the problem that we've got here tonight. How are we going to make these people accountable? Especially when you have a meeting and they're invited to come to the meeting and they just don't bother. So how are we actually going to make these people accountable? Is it possible that we should go to the press? Because the press has covered quite a number of things in the past, but you would almost think there was some kind of media cover-up, you know. It's not entirely unlikely that the press is in cahoots with the Labour councillors, because I'm quite sure a lot of other people are. So I think this should be the focus of the meeting here tonight. How do we actually deal with it? And I know one of my friends here has got a suggestion, which I think is quite a good one, that might be worth hearing.
I've actually made a suggestion of taking out a private prosecution. It just came to me when I was listening to you speaking, and the only reason I've made that is in the recent couple of years I've had personally had to meet with members of the Crown Office, and it was them that raised and explained what a private prosecution is. And basically what it is when the Crown don't have enough evidence to guarantee a conviction, but that doesn't mean to say that the person or the accused person can't get taken to court. It just means that the Crown Office will not put to expense an accused person going through a trial unless there's nearly 100% chance of conviction. So my idea was take out a private prosecution, either against one member as an example, or possibly a couple, maybe more impact having a couple at the same time.
We raise the level of publicity, the element of fear factor, and we'll get publicity, because the Herald, believe it or not, will cover something that Audit Scotland is involved in. I think we need to look at that before we go for private prosecution.
Well, it does sound like a step forward.
Well, that's all I'm saying, because we need to act, because the fact that the turnout isn't that small, you know. There wasn't an awful lot that ran up the steps at the Winter Palace, right? So what I'm saying is, you know, it starts with there. And all I'm saying here is we need to look at what's available free, and that is Audit Scotland, or even the Commissioner's complaints for local authorities. We've got a colleague who's actually taken out a private complaint against Councillor Matheson.
I think that is a reasonable first step, and certainly I'll take on organising a wee meeting to take that forward.
Thank you very much.
If anyone is interested in doing that, I will put out follow-up from this meeting. Obviously they're being recorded as well, so you know, we should be able to take that forward.
And what I will say is that I don't think the Ronnie Size payout and his connection with Jim Coleman and George Redmond is unique. I think there are other connections as well, and they should be pursued.